And we're live. Thank you guys for tuning in again for your boy GFC going back again with another video for you guys. I really appreciate each and every support that we've been getting. The channel have been growing. So I really appreciate each and every one who subscribe to the YouTube channel and support me. Today we're gonna have a little topic about the game that we play. The last game that we play, and a little bit on this kid that from Jamaica that Chelsea has signed. I think he signed his first contract in November, but I guess he can't register until probably on Monday or Tuesday. But he's already there in England where he's training right now with the Chelsea team. I don't know if it's the development team or if he right now currently is with the senior team. But I've got some highlights, of some of his goals that he scored, to show you guys a little bit of what he can bring to the table, and a lot. He can bring a lot to the table. To be honest, he can play off the right, or he can play down the middle, according to what I see and what I research. So, Whisper, Dujuan Whisper Richards. His name is Dujuan Richard, but they call him Whisper. So we're gonna go through that. And the game that we play the other day. We all know that we won. We won 2-1 against Crystal Palace, but I see a lot of flaws, to be quite honest, in that game, especially with the defense line. I see why right now we're still probably look like we're shopping in the market for a defender, to be quite honest. I'm getting everything right here ready. Give me a second. But in the meantime, for me, the defense line is one of our biggest problems, to be quite honest. I realized that with Balashile and Disasi, we're gonna have a lot of problem with those two players because, to be honest, they're not really good on the ball, and that's where I see our problem right now. To be quite honest, they're not really that good with the ball. It seems like without the ball, they can go with spaces, but with the ball, they make a lot of mistakes. I saw Disasi make about 4 or 5 giveaway, that could cost us. And I don't know if it's the partnership which they play together in Monaco. So I wouldn't put it down and to say it's the partnership. I think that is probably something more, to be quite honest. So for me, if you want to play from the back, you have to have defenders that really can use the ball, especially in tight spaces, because the Premier League don't give you a lot of space. And for me right now, that's a big problem for us because Balashile and it seems like they're not really confident with the ball at their feet. I got a guess right here. All right, yeah, your mic is on mute. You can unmute yourself.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, yeah. I got this clip with the player that Chelsea signed the other day, Dujuan Whisper Richards. So I was just talking a little bit about him, and the game that we played the other day against Crystal Palace, where I see where we're in the market, why we're looking for another defender, because I see that they're not really comfortable, especially the Sassy. He's not really that comfortable on the ball, to be quite honest. I saw him makes a lot of mistake with the ball. So how are you doing?
Yeah, it's been a man. I don't understand what is wrong with our defenders at the moment. It's not even disaster alone. For example, if you can watch our previous games, Colwell has been making mistakes. Bernard Barichile, Disasi, Thiago Silva, all of them. So clearly something's wrong is happening at the moment. Hopefully, it can be solved soon.
Yeah, what you said, well said, because that's true. That's something that I really look at, and I'm really wondering where it's coming from because Thiago Silva is the experienced player, and I saw he makes a lot of mistakes too. But the thing is with Thiago Silva, for me, is when he go deep inside to cover a space in the midfield, he always get caught out. He don't got the legs to go back inside. So we always down a man right there. So a lot of teams try to force Thiago Silva to step inside the midfield, and that's where I see all the problem come with Thiago Silva. You have anything you want to add to it?
Nah. So, so what is your feeling about tomorrow's game?
Honestly, I've been watching all Luton game um, for the last I think 4 or 5 games that they played, and they impressed me a lot. To be quite honest, they're like a team. They're playing for each other. You know, they press you good. They defend real well, and for me, they got some good set play where they can, and that's where we're struggling right now. So for me, I won't go in. I'm not going into this game with a slight said, "Oh, we're gonna win." You know, I'm looking for a tough fight, even though I know and we expect that we should win. But I'm looking for a tough game.
100%, 100%. Because we need 3 points, but at the same time, we need to be realistic. We are up and down due to several things, and then some things we might mention them. People will say excuses, but at the end of the day, it's the reality. So overall, I just wish us to win tomorrow. But if we lose tomorrow, I won't be mad because I know my team at the moment. We are not consistent enough to showcase that we can win each and every game. So overall, 3 points will be massive for us in order to just give us hope. If other teams loses their game, we can at least close the gap in January.
Yes, and for me, I think before I touch on the rest of the topic, January going to be very important for us. And for me, with that game too, if we can get a 3 points from Luton, you know, to be quite honest, and if we can go there and at least come out with a result, a win or a draw, then I can see that we can just put this season to bed and say, okay, you know, probably next season we're gonna have to regroup and come again. But for me, we have to get points from this team because if we don't get points, especially the 3 points, we can end up in 14th. You know, and that's not good to go in the second half of the season with to be in 14th place with teams gonna be ahead of us probably by goal difference or probably a couple points ahead of us. The second half of the season for me, I would love if we can start it off, you know, with at least a couple wins because after this game, I think we got Fulham, and we got some league games in between. So we got some more time to prepare at least for the Premier League and see if we can give it a last minute dash, because the hardest team we got to play is in the last of January. Is going to be Liverpool. So for me, that's my main aim right now is 3 points. Doesn't matter how we get it. A ugly win is also a win.
100%. Because from the start of the season, we've been playing good, but we end up losing those games. So I don't care whether we get an ugly win or a good win as long as 3 points. So overall, I just want to ask you something before we go to the next topic. From now and from start of the season until now, what is your thoughts about Mauricio Pochettino? Because I know other fans have their own different opinions, but it's the first time talking with you, so I just want to know your opinion about Mauricio Pochettino.
All right, I got a two-sided face today. With Pochettino, right? I got to do some videos where I pin out some point, where I blame him, and I think against Brentford, I think I blame him for that game, So I got like 3 or 4 games that I can really pinpoint and said, that's his fault. And let me give you some details why the reason why I would I'm halfway there with him. Okay, preseason we were playing fantastic. So we all think that our Chelsea was bad because in preseason, the team was performing. I see a lot of positive, and when the season start, I think that we were gonna build on those positive. But what he did, he didn't. He changed the whole entire system. I don't know if he did it to bring Thiago Silva in, because probably if Thiago Silva did leave, I think he would probably okay. He can have a solid back four where he can say, okay, Disasi and Colwell, you're my two first choice, and I think it. I don't know. It's just my opinion. I think right now what he's doing is probably trying to fix a mole around Thiago Silva, until either he leaves or he stays, then to find out what he's going to do in the summer. But I think Thiago Silva should go. And that's one of my points where I think he's making these choices to try to please Thiago Silva. Then my next point is, can he do better? Yes. If all of this is his fault, I don't think so. So I'm 50-50 on Maurizio Pochettino, to be quite honest. If we get rid of him right now, who can we get in to fix all these problems? So if we get someone in right now, they're gonna come with the same baggage that Maurizio Pochettino have right now. Because number one, most of these players didn't buy by him. The club are buying the player that they needed. And can I blame him? Yes, because 9 points, I know for sure that he gave away 9 points. But can we make a change right now? It wouldn't be good for us, and it wouldn't even be good for the young players. So I think all of this, I would give him until the end of the season.
100%, 100%. Uh, fair analysis, and then I will respect your opinion.
Yeah, because it's a fair game, because if you look at it, you can't just only look on one side, you have to look on both sides. You have to look what he have and what he get to work with. And I understand that we all love Thiago Silva, but if you want to bring those young players in, Thiago Silva not getting in the game, that can cause rupture in the dressing room, vice versa. If some of these young players not getting games, it can cause. So I think that's why he's chopping and changing. I think that if sometimes you don't want, but if when some players are out, for instance, like this week, Raheem Sterling was out, that give Mudryk a chance. without have to wondering if you drop Sterling on the bench if that's gonna cause. And what Mudryk did, he take his chances. He put on a good performance. So what Sterling gonna have to do right now, if Mudryk was fit enough and ready to start, Sterling gonna have to sit there on the bench because guess what? It was his fault why he couldn't play that game, and Mudryk get his chance and he take it. So what I would like for these players to do is when you get the opportunity, you take them.
Yeah, but with Modric, I don't know whether he will start or not because he had a knock before end of the game against Palace. But we saw some pictures that he was training. Hopefully, he can he can start the game for us. But if he's doubtful, please don't risk any player. Don't risk any player. And with Sterling, my issue with Sterling, he's not consistent enough to lead these kids. He's an experienced player, but he doesn't show by example. For look at that Wolves blunder. How can you do that as an experienced player? And you know, as an experienced player, if you miss such chances, you are going to head the team. Look what happened. We lost 2-1. If you score that goal, we would have went in the halftime 1-0 or maybe 2-0. We'll never know. And then in the second half, we might just control the game and stuff. But those kind of mistakes are not acceptable.
Yeah, and you're 100% correct with that point because for me, Raheem Sterling cost us that game because if he did score that goal, or if he wasn't trying to be unselfish, and Raheem Sterling's biggest problem right now is he's trying to make the Euros, so he's being a selfish player. I don't know if you notice it. He's been very selfish since he got dropped out of the England squad. He's trying to take some chances that he can easily, create for someone else. A couple of times I see when Palmer was like hand to hand, you can see like and movements. Like Palmer wasn't happy when he didn't pass the ball, and it's more than one game I've been seeing it. And Raheem Sterling play one direct way, so he always trying to go through the player legs with the ball. All those little things like Raheem Sterling don't know when to dribble. He don't know when to pass, and he don't know when to shoot. He do the opposite of each one of them. Sometimes he will like get it correct and do the right thing, but 85% of the time, it's either he's gonna over dribble or he's not gonna make the pass, or if he do make the pass, he don't make the correct pass, or the players just block him out, and that's Raheem Sterling. I think he's just overdoing it. I think he can be a good player if he play like when he was in Man City, like pass and go, touch and go, because he got the speed to go behind. But most of the times he's trying to take on the player. When he was at City, he didn't do stuff like those. He was a touch and go player and then move inside the box to go on the end of the cross. So Raheem Sterling is his biggest problem. It's not have nothing to do with the coach. It's now the players around him. Raheem Sterling is Raheem Sterling's own problem. If he can get those little thing out of his game, I think that he can be a good player for us. But if not, I think we should have sell him.
I agree with you. At first, I didn't want him, but at the end of the day, he's a Chelsea player now, and then I have to support every Chelsea player. So what is the topic for tonight?
The topics for tonight, we're just talking a little bit about the players and to see what we each ought to think about each player. Like even Gallagher, and then I'm gonna play this little clip that I have with this new player that we bought from I think from in the summer, but he couldn't join us until he turned 18 November, but he's there right now in England with the squad. So we just have to wait um, and see where they're gonna put him, if he's gonna be in the development squad or he's gonna be in the senior squad. But he got like a lethal left foot, So we're just gonna probably just sit and watch and talk about it a little bit, but we'll leave that for later on in the show.
Okay, no problem.
You can go ahead. What do you think about Gallagher? I was just reading a comment. What do you think about kind of Gallagher?
I'm going to be honest with you. I have two-sided, as you said before, and I'm about Pochettino. First of all, I'm going to say this, and then everyone have his or her own opinion. At the moment, I think Gallagher is a good player, but he's not technical enough to be on the Chelsea level, right?
Uh huh.
And the other side, Gallagher is one of the uh, improved players in the current season, and then he's showing due to his performances. So I'm kind of 50-50 in this situation, but at the same time, man, I love Chelsea Football Club. If you're going to sell him if you have a plan. And if you don't have a plan, please don't sell the player because it will be worthless selling the player without any proper plan how to fix our current midfielder issues. Because at the moment, our midfielders are getting injuries each and every time. So Gallagher is the one who's reliable because he's an injury-free player. So yeah, man, I don't know about you.
Yeah. For me, before I read out this comment, let me touch on what you were saying about Gallagher. For me, the reason why I said don't sell Kenneth Gallagher is number one, he's our best playing midfielder right now. To be quite honest, and the reason why I said I would give him until the summer because my point is I would give him until the end of the season. And the reason why I would said I'll give all these players until the end of the season is one is because it's a new team, and not only because it's a new team, the board choose to go down this route with all these young players. So you start young players to young players without experience. This is what we're gonna get. So for me, what I would like to do is give all these players and the coach until the end of the season. Then I will sit and reconsider each and every player stage by stage and see who stays and who goes. And Conor Gallagher is like a soldier. When every team need a soldier. For me, to be honest, Lavia don't prove that he's up there right now and he's ready to take on the battle for Chelsea. Enzo for me is the same thing. Caicedo is the same thing. The only midfield that we got that I really look at and I said this season would love to give him a chance was Santos, and we sent him out on loan and wish that was a bad loan. He was the only player that I saw playing the preseason that looked like he's ready and willing to fight, to be quite honest. And Enzo is an other player where I look at and I was like, what would I do, you know, with Enzo? But for me, Enzo is a player, it's hard to take. I don't know if sometimes for me, they try to build the team too much around Enzo and and I think that one of the things that hold back the team a little bit because they're trying to fit him in because of the price tag. Because if you pay $100 million for a player, you want to play him each and every game. So this little injury that he get, it was a plus for him to be quite honest because he did need that break. He need to take a step back and a reset and then to come again. And honestly, I don't want another players to get injured, but that little miss that he get to missed couple games, that was good for him. So hopefully, when he come back, if he get his chance to walk right back in, hopefully we can see a different Enzo.
100%, I agree with you. I even said this. Enzo Fernandez is a human being. It's not a machine. Or or should I say, all of our players are not machines, are human beings. They deserve to rest. We overused N'Golo Kante because he was a key player for us, and we didn't have a other player to rest to rotate with him when he needs to rest. We had to play him each and every game. So overall, I don't want us to do that anymore. If the player is not fit, let him be bench. But at the same time, our fan base, for example, did you see the game that we bench Enzo and Gallagher play? Oh my gosh, they were fuming that why Gallagher is starting over Enzo Fernandez. Those kind of things are not helping in football. I think our fan base they need to chill, let the coach do his job. Simple as that.
Why I would say Gallagher is our best performing midfielder, to be quite honest. And how are you gonna get him? How are you gonna take Gallagher out of the team when his work rate and the English football, you always have to be on it. And Enzo, for me, is a world class player. Don't get me wrong. Not really a world class player. He's a good player. He don't reach that world class level as yet. But for me, Enzo is just like Jorginho. But the difference with Enzo and Jorginho, Enzo got a little bit more recovery speed than Jorginho, and he can pass the ball a little bit better than Jorginho. But the speed that you need in the Premier League, you need Enzo in there with another person just like Enzo, who don't got the engine to cover ground, then you're gonna have big problems. Team gonna overload your midfield and go past and reach your defense line with ease. If you notice, most of our goals that we conceded is most likely set plays. That's where we've been conceded, or when we get or when our midfield get passed by, they hit us on the counter attack. That's how we concede most of our goals, to be quite honest.
I agree with you.
All right, this coming. What do you if we keep losing games and run close to the relegation battle? What you think? What you think about that one?
No, no matter what happens, as I said before, I don't think it is helpful to sack a coach during the season unless we have a plan. For example, we sacked Graham Potter and then we didn't have a plan who to hire next. And we were all over the place until we hired Frank Lampard as a caretaker coach, which was a problem for me because clearly it shows that we didn't have a plan. So overall, if Pochettino is taking us down, sack him if you have a plan. Get a caretaker coach just to finish the season and get a proper coach to start from preseason. Not what Roman used to do, just high and fire, high and fire, high and fire. No, 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 no. It's not helpful. It's not helping, especially with these kids. They need a stability
Yes.
to build a foundation. So if you don't have a stability, man, we must just sell out all of them and then buy all the players. Why not?
Well, you're 100% correct. Let me answer this about Enzo. Why you play? To be quite honest, because the coach don't trust him enough to sit in front of the defense line. That's why he's trying to force him in a number 10. Because for the Premier League, you need only midfielder with legs. You need players that can cover side to side. Because English Premier League, they hit you on the counter a lot. A lot of teams like to play counter attacks, especially smaller teams. That's why I'm saying when we buy this player and go through all these problems, we probably could have waited until the summer, to figure out which coach we were gonna get and to see where we were gonna go. That's why the plan was important because they never go into it to side Potter. But Enzo got an excellent World Cup, and that's what we go by. I don't know if you guys remember um this guy that Real Madrid buy from Rodriguez was James Rodriguez that Real Madrid buy after the World Cup, and that was an after World Cup buy. And then after one season or two, he couldn't live up to expectation, and Real Madrid ended up selling. Not saying he wasn't a good player, but not because a player have a good World Cup, that doesn't mean they're world class. Sometimes you have to take your time and to wait and to dip in the market, because there were a lot of better buys there. But we just go by the World Cup hype, and sometimes you have to leave that behind and go and wait. And that's what we didn't did. We try to get every young player that their name ring around the world, and that's what the come in from the board. That was the board decision and the owners, and that was their mistake. So I wouldn't blame the coach right now for Enzo. I would blame more like the coaches, not the coaches, sorry, the managers and the owners.
Yeah, I agree with you. The reason why we got Enzo Fernandez was because of the owners. Because Todd Boehly was in Qatar watching the World Cup final, and then he saw Enzo Fernandez Boehly, and he told his directors, "I want that player, no matter what. I want that player." But, and also, I think Enzo will fulfill his potential if Chelsea fans are patient with him to develop more as a player, especially in the Premier League, because the Premier League is not an easy league. At the Portuguese league, he was bowling each and every game because there there are maybe let's say 4 or 5 teams that they might win the league, but in the Premier League it's tough. No matter you play against Luton, Everton, Sheffield United, Burnley, you name them, always tough. So I think Chelsea fans need to be careful. Just give the kid time to settle in, and he will fulfill his potential. If you don't give him time, he won't do that.
You're 100% correct, and that's what Chelsea fans. That's what we don't have. We don't have patience. That's why I said I'm not gonna say he's a world class player. He's a really good player, but we're gonna have patience enough to wait on him to really figure out the English Premier League and to get to the tempo that he can control games and be comfortable in. Do we got that patient? I don't know, but it's up to us though to have that patience and wait and see where this is gonna go because he's already on a 9-year contract. So what we can do, then wait.
100%, bro.
Um, this I would like to hear a whisper views, bro. Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit of this is this video is from the Phoenix Academy. I'm just gonna play a little piece of this, and so we can see what we really buy, and then we're gonna have a little discussion on it, and then we can go back to the rest of the player if that's okay with you.
No problem.
All right, here we go. Because he's 18 now. He's not 17 anymore. He's 18. So this is like a couple months clip. This is the player that we really get on our hand right here. I have to take the sound off it for copyrights. I don't know if you guys seen it clearly. That's him
I
right there in the
can,
number 10.
I can see it clearly. Just not don't highlight that comment by JC, and then we can see it clearly.
The JC one. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, now it's clear now.
He to me he's a phenomenon. He's a young player that's got a lot. a lot of potential. These ads gonna pop up because I didn't cut nothing out of it. Because we're live, I didn't edit nothing out of it. I just have it all there, just to show you guys what we really buy. Because for me, I think that he's one really for the future. My screen won't let me go over there. There we go. Sorry, my stream wouldn't let me kind of freeze on me, wouldn't let me go over. It reminded me of I don't know if you guys remember Adriano that used to play for Brazil. You remember that left foot guy used to play for Brazil? I think they called
I
him.
know
His name was Adriano.
Adriano. I know him very well. He plays for Brazil. And then
Yeah.
he also his team Inter. I remember he went to Inter Milan.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about. He's similar to him with his speed and his control and his drive with his left foot. He got an excellent left foot on him.
Man, that left foot of Adriano was lethal.
Yeah, and you're gonna see some of this left foot right here. I'm gonna hopefully can bring some of that to us. He's look pretty. It look like, and he got a right foot too. So it's not only his left foot, because you can see he do got a shot on his right foot.
Yeah, what a shot.
Yeah, I like when players are very two-footed. Show what they can really do, and not only he can score. He got a eye for a pass too, and that's really good, and that's what I like to see.
100%. We need a striker that can create and score goals.
Yeah,
Also, I think it's important to I know some fans don't like this, but as you said, we have different opinions. It's important to get to buy another club, whether in Brazil or somewhere, just to give these kids a platform to develop in different kind of teams before they come to Chelsea.
and that's one of my biggest problem right now. We buying all these young players too quick because I know we're trying to close out the market. But I think that once they know that they got Chelsea and they're going to go down this road, I think they should have the first thing they should have done is get all those club together. I think that's one of the main things. They should have all these clubs already, so you can already put these players so they know exactly where they're gonna go, because it's gonna catch a time when some of these young players gonna start to refuse us.
I
This is one.
agree.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite goal of him. This is the one I really want you guys to see before I come off it for a little bit. You know, that's what when I first goal I saw and I said, "Oh, Adriano, look at that." I think he scored 4 goals in this game right here. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that powerful drive. Look at that skill. If he can bring some of this to Chelsea, we will appreciate him. Look at the strength and the speed to go with it, the confidence, the composure. It brings a lot to the table. To be quite honest, that's something that we don't really see much right now in Chelsea. The composure, and that's what we really need. We need player with composure, because we've been lacking the finishing, especially with Jackson. Jackson really. really, really. For me, Jack's the biggest problem. For me, it's his. He always trying to jibber. I don't know why, but Jackson always try to jibber. I don't know why he always try to jibber. He try to jibber in every situation when he's supposed to take a one-time touch. I don't know if you remember when Nkuku come on in the first game against Wolves, where he get one inside the box and instead of he control it, he just one time with his toe peak and try to hit it in. I saw Jackson get few of those, and he didn't even do it. He tried to take the player on inside of the box. And once you're inside of the box, you should have a instinct where you try to at least, try to get a shot off.
Yeah, that's my
Oh,
issue with Jackson.
now let me answer this real quick. I don't think they play a lot for him. I think they play like a million, or I think it was something somewhere in a million they pay for him. It wasn't. They didn't play a lot. They didn't pay a lot for him. It was somewhere in the millions, but it's not a lot of millions though. It's either about like probably 2 or 4 million or 3 million or probably 1 million, but it was somewhere in that bracket. But I don't think it passed that though. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I was just trying to answer JC.
Uh, all I'm saying is my issue with Nicholas Jackson. He gets in the right places, but his finishing, oh my gosh, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, because I did JC, great stream, bro. Thank you, JC. I really appreciate your support tonight. With my problem with Jackson, okay, I sit down yesterday and I go through all the games. Takes me a while, but I go through every single games and I count all the misses that Jackson have for the entire season. Jackson should be the leading goal scorer in the league because it would be sitting on 21 to 22 goals. One I take off because that one was like a 60-40% chance. But all these goals that he get, especially the ones against Forest, where he put over the bar, and the one that he missed against Crystal Palace. When I check up all those goals, he should have been sitting on 21 goals for the season, and that's really bad to check 21 that he should be on, and he's only what on 7. That to show you he's not even halfway taking half of his chances. Yeah,
100%. Even with Broja, he missed chances also. That's why I said it before the transfer window closes. Let's get an experienced striker. For example, I don't know if you know Teremi from Porto. He was available for 30 million, right? So if you get an experienced striker that can teach Jackson one or few things to learn in terms of what he needs to do in the box. Also with Amanda Broja, what he can learn, and then we know that after maybe 2 seasons, Broja and Jackson will we might be ready to lead up the line for Chelsea Football Club. At the moment, they're still young to lead that line.
well, I used to play as a striker, and I can tell all Chelsea fans this. To be quite honest, Jackson got a long way to go, and Jackson have a lot to learn. And we all gonna have to be patient because Jackson, for me, is not a striker. He more likely to play as a second striker because Jackson can make runs. He don't know how to hold his runs. Jackson always offside. Jackson remind me of Inzaghi, Peter Inzaghi that used to play for Inter Milan, and I think he used to play for Juventus one of the time. Always in the offside spaces, but the difference with him and Inzaghi always scores, and Jackson always misses. Jackson don't know how to play on the last defender shoulders. He don't know how to make runs behind, to be honest, because he can't hold his runs. He always offside, and he got the speed, and that really gonna take time. That gonna take a lot of coaching, and that's gonna take a lot for of him to really be patient. And those don't really come overnight. So as I'm telling every Chelsea fan, don't look for Jackson to be a 20 goal a season striker. Not this year or probably not next year. I'm just saying because watching him play, if he can hold his line and hold his composure, that will be fine. And that's something that you can't really teach too much, to be quite honest. It's gonna have to be the player instinct. He's gonna have to develop all those instincts. He's gonna have to develop when he make his move, how he make his move, because he got a tendency when he's offside, he don't know his awareness. He don't know what's around him. He don't know when to step out and then break again. So that's one of the main problem right now with Jackson. He cannot hold his line, and he don't know how to hold his line. He drift offside in every single opportunity he got, and that's not good for us.
I agree with you. He used to be a winger before Villarreal converted him to a striker because they had injuries, so they had to shift somewhere to play that position. So overall, man, this kid is not ready to lead our line. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but with time, he's gonna develop to be a good player with time. But do Chelsea Football Club have the time and patience? I did a stream the other day, and I was saying, in the January right now, for me, I will go hunt and see where Cavani is playing, and see where if I can offer him at least even a 6 month contract. Pay him at least a 200,000 for the next couple months. Just to see if Jackson or Broja can learn something from him. We need an experienced striker somewhere on the team. And from my point of view, I would love if we can at least get Cavani, because Cavani is the best player striker I know to find the lines. He know how to find the spaces, and those are the little stuff that I think Broger and Jackson need to learn. They both have opposite problems. And Broja just coming back, we don't know how long it's gonna even take him to really get into a rhythm. And we don't know what Jackson's even gonna bring, to be quite honest, because Jackson been missing a lot of chances. Broja been missing chances too. Our only hope right now is Nkuku, and we can depend on one player, because that's not Chelsea Football Club. That's more like a Everton or a Luton. Those are like a relegation mentality, and that's not Chelsea mentality at this point in time. We should be looking way out to go up the table, not way out to go down. And the only way we can go up right now is to get experienced player, at least an experienced striker. I know that we're trying to go for that guy from Napoli,
Osimhen.
Osimhen, yeah, Osimhen. And I think, yeah, he's gonna be a good player. And if he come in, I think. Do you think that it's possible to get him?
In January, I don't think it's possible, but what I know for a fact that Napoli already put a release clause on his contract, right? So if Chelsea can do something crazy in January and trigger the release clause and then tell Napoli that we want the player now, or just pay a little bit extra, just like we did with Enzo. The reason why we got Enzo, we paid, I think, was 10 or 5 million extra in order to pay Benfica. So why not with Osimhen? But at the same time, we need to be strategic. We don't need to be desperate.
Well, you're 100% right. For me, I really, really, really would love to see that, but I think there's a reason why they put a release cost in his contract. I think I think they put it there, and I think he know that he probably gonna go. He's either in January or in the summer, or unless they want to put that release clause in his contract. So for me, that's a good plus for us. But the bad part for us right now is what we're gonna do in the second half of the season to convince him, to show him that we're growing as a team and we're pushing to be back that club that we once was. That's gonna be a big factor right there. It's not only right now say yes, we can go for Osimhen or trigger the release clause. We're gonna have to prove to player like that right now to show them like we're in the right track. We're gonna grow as a team. We're gonna compete back for European title. We're gonna climb back the table, compete for the trophy, compete for top four. Without a good second half of the season, I think we can even forget about that because for Chelsea not to be in Europe for 3 years or for 2 seasons, that's not going to be any good for him because the main reason why he stayed in Europe and didn't go to Saudi because of the not because of the money, but because he said he wanted to stay in Europe a little bit longer. He want to win trophies. He want to win at least the Champions League. He want to prove on the stage that he can compete with the best in Europe. Or unless he could have taken the easy way out, he could have just simply go to Saudi Arabia and collect the big paycheck.
Yeah, let's see what the club will do in January. So that's why on my tweet today, I know people will say I'm crazy and stuff, but at the same time, it seems like Roberto Firmino is not happy at his current club, and then he worth less than 10 million. So I was just saying, giving people a scenario. If we can get Osimhen in January, would you take Roberto Firmino for 6 months just to add experience up front, and then we wait for Osimhen? What's your take on that?
Bobby Firmino is a good player, and to be honest, he played when he was at Liverpool. His best part of the game is not play as a number nine, but play as a second striker. Because that was mostly his game. His game is the link up and drop deep, and then try to look for spaces. He's similar to Cavani, so I will take him. To be honest, if there's nothing better, but even that kid from Sporting that they're looking at, I don't think we should go down that road. That's the same thing as Broja right now. To be quite honest, he's just a Broja without an injury.
Oh yeah. Also, my issue with the Sporting kid is just his first season at a top flight. I know he was playing for Coventry City, but overall, give the kid a full season. Let's see what he can do at Sporting Lisbon while they're challenging for the league. Will he handle the pressure and stuff? Remember, Osimhen won the league with Napoli, and he proved to the world that he can do it. He was so vital for that team. So overall, just give that kid from Sporting to develop, and then see what he can do until end of the season, please. So I'm asking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To play for pay so much money for that player that haven't proven because it was already there in England, and he didn't prove himself in England, but now he's over Sporting. You have to understand that the Premier League right now it's more easier than the Premier League. I would even, if that's the case, I would rather go back for Tommy Abraham, to be quite honest, because he's the last striker that to score 15 or 16 goals for us. He wasn't a bad striker. Tuchel just didn't like him. I don't know why. So for me, I would rather go back for Tommy Abraham, to be quite honest, because having a Tommy Abraham right now, or even a Dama Solanke, even one of those two former strikers that we got, I would rather go back for one or the other before I even look on that Sporting kid. He's probably younger, but that doesn't mean he's better. And Solanke and Tommy Abraham are Premier League proven players. So I will stick with my gun right there.
100%, 100%.
Or for my strikers, even that guy Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa. You know, I would put those three players if we can get Ivan Tony or Osimhen. Those three would be my backup option. That's just my see on it.
My issue with uh with Tony is the gambling addiction thing. We just hoping that he got over it and he won't be addicted anymore. Because remember, we are Chelsea. If he still continue gambling while he plays for Chelsea, oh man, the media will love it, right? Cooking Chelsea for fun. So that's the my red flag with him. But overall, he's a good player, but it's not my main priority.
Yeah, and for real, that they will love to really bond to Chelsea. To be quite honest, the whole entire England, they don't want to see Chelsea rise back. A lot of the Premier League would love to see Chelsea stay there. I've been listening to a lot of big media outlets and a big lot of YouTubers just the same, and a lot of teams would love to see Chelsea really, and a lot of people would love to see Chelsea have no coming back because of Roman, and I think these owner they follow the for me, I think they follow the majority of what people been saying and try to remodel and try to revamp and tear down everything that Roman built. So I think they're just trying to build a new Chelsea in their image and try to get rid of the Roman image, and I think it backfired a little bit, to be quite honest. But a lot of people, Roman didn't probably didn't ask to be in this situation either, because if he didn't love Chelsea, you wouldn't spend so much money in it. So I just think that right now, as Chelsea fan, we all have to realize and know that these owners are coming with different plan, and right now their take to how they do things. I can be wrong, but the way how they're doing things at this point in time is to rebuild a new Chelsea. Forget about the whole time Chelsea. Their aim right now is to build a new Chelsea, new everything. If they can tear down the stadium tomorrow morning and build a new one, get rid of everything, they will. So we have to accept where we are right now as a fan. It's not saying that we have to take it, but we have to accept because there's nothing we can do. As a fan, we can make noise, we can shout. Sometimes, yeah, you can make noise and take away what run the club the most is the financial part. But what we can do, we just have to hope for the best at this point in time. For me, that's how I see it.
Yeah, I think Chelsea fans are afraid of change. They want to stick to the old ways while we have new owners, and I don't think things will work that way in reality. Remember, everyone have or has his own ideas,
True.
so we need to just bear in mind what the new owners are trying to do, and clearly we are seeing that they want to buy potential talents and then hopefully to turn into superstars. So that's the main idea, or let's say project. But overall, we in order to be successful, I think we need to add just for example 2 or 3 experienced players who knows the game through and through, just to educate these players, or should I say these kids, to do better, to motivate them better. For example, every time we concede a goal, I don't want players to put their heads down. We need a leader just to cheer them up. Look, guys, let's do this. We are going to score. We're going to score a goal. It's nothing, but every time we concede a goal, we see players watching down. I don't want that at Chelsea.
Yeah, I understand, but for me, looking on all what you said, you're 100% correct. And this is what we're not gonna get, to be quite honest, for right now, because a lot of these players don't know what it means to play for Chelsea, because we don't got so many experienced players in the dressing room to really lead them, in this new generation. Because the biggest mistake that we make, I think that we should keep N'Golo Kante. We shouldn't get rid of him so early. We should at least keep him for one more season, to be quite honest, to at least outlead this new generation of midfielders, because midfield is your engine of the team. And I think that we should at least keep one experienced midfielder to lead this young generation and let them know what it's take to play for Chelsea. I don't know if you watched the last game and see when that little kid from the academy come on, Gilchrist, and he was putting his heart out there. He was thumping the air. Every tackle he make, he was lifting the crowd. He was showing passion. I'm not seeing any passion from none of these new young players. He was passionate. He was putting his head where it's not supposed to put, and he was thumping the crowd. He was clapping all of his teammates. He was doing everything. He was like a natural leader out there. Wish he's the captain for the development team, but he know what it takes to play for Chelsea because he's been there all of his life. And a lot of these young players that we bought, they're not there that long, so they're not that passionate.
100%. That's why, like I've told people, if you watch Chelsea Academy games, you'll know everything about Alfie Gilchrist. So as soon as he came in, you saw a difference in the defense. He was just telling players uh, where to move, what to do. He was tackling everything. I love that. I wish he got, for example, maybe 20 minutes and stuff. But overall, we are going to play a FA Cup game soon in January. Hopefully, can get a start and see what uh, he can offer to us, and then some fans can get to know him better. Because I do watch our academy games when I have time. Sometimes I don't have time because I might be at work, or maybe I I, I want to stream the game. I don't have the best stream link to watch the games overall. So yeah, man, I loved his energy. You saw even the crowd loved it. I want that from each and every Chelsea player. And I'm telling you, the mentality will change and we will do better as a team.
Yeah, I know you say you have to go for 5 minutes. Yeah, I really think that we all would love to see the rest of players put in the same passion, and drive the team forward. Like, show that that club means something to you. At least show us, that you're proud to wear the Chelsea shirt, because there's a lot of great players for the last 20 years. We're the best team in England. Man City right now for the last 5 years, yeah, but for 20 years, we've been dominant. We've been winning trophies. Every single season we pick up something, and when we got a bad season, we always bounce right back. This is the only season that we have a bad season and we never bounce back to go win something. It would be nice if we can lift the League Cup or probably the FA Cup. At least we know we're certain of a little part in Europe, but at least try to win even the FA Cup and try to see if we can make the European, at least the UEFA Cup, if we can reach the Champions League spot. And, and start to build from there and see which players that we need to keep and which player got to go by the end of the summer. And I think that's one of the biggest thing with us right now, is to keep Raheem Sterling and Thiago Silva happy, and Enzo Fernandez, because that comment that Poch made when he was talking about the players' entourage, like why players not playing and why this and why not, those type of things gonna always creep in. So it's up to us, the club to really find a really balanced squad, Just like a Gallagher, he's a Chelsea true and true. So even if he's on the bench, he's not going to kick up any fuss. So that's why I'm hesitating to say even think about selling Gallagher.
100%, bro. So overall, thank you for having me. It's almost 1 a.m. here in my country, so
Oh, where are you from?
South Africa.
Oh, South Africa. I would try to do the streams a little more earlier so you can, especially on the weekends. So when you have time, you can come on. You want to leave your YouTube channel or your Twitter in the comment section. So when
Okay,
anyone want to join your channel, they can join it.
okay, I'll do so. I'll do so on the comment section.
Yeah, just leave your Instagram whatever your YouTube so they can see it. I'm gonna hear Waffle for a little bit, and I really appreciate it. You jump on and the support. Hope we can continue to do this on a weekly basis. I would love to hear your take on the games.
Okay, no problem. Cheers, man.
Cheers, my friend. Yeah, thank you again for coming on. And it's been good, a really good show. Talking to you. Watching a little bit more of the Whisper Kid to see what we got right here. You know, to see what Chelsea really buy. We all know and we all heard about him, but we never really see much of him. So I'll let you guys see a little bit of him and see what he can do. That he don't only score goals, but he assists too, and he don't only play as a striker. He can play on the right side. And cut in with the powerful left foot, and he do got a right foot too. It's similar to Nani with more skills, but the difference with him and Nani, he can he can absolutely use both feet. I never saw Nani use his right foot yet, so that's one of my concern with Nani Madueke. I never really see use much of his right foot, but look how powerful this kid is. You know, Look at his run. Look how powerful. He got skills too. It's not only power, it's not only pace, and he get right back up. It doesn't matter what they do to him. He just get right back up. Look at this. Oh, what a goal. What a strike. So I think we got a big talent on our hand right now. It's just up to us to use him in the right way, and nurture this talent to make sure that he go to the best of his ability. Because you can see there, like look at him go. Look at the timing of the running, and that's what I was talking earlier about Jackson. About his timing. You can see slow down to let the defender get the advantage, and then he help Purse with his speed to go there and to get beyond on the end of it. That to show you that he's young, but he's also a player that can read the game real well, and that's what we need right now in the first team. We need players like this. That one was unlucky. There we go. Look, there's again. That's a repeat of the first goal. That to show you, that is something that he constantly do, because there we go again. And look at his timing on his tacker. Look on the strength. Look at that. The defender's trying everything to hold him back, and he still get ahead of him. That to show you. That's ooh right there. Cool, calm, collected. So that's Whisper for you guys. If it's the first you really see Dujuan Whisper, the young player from Jamaica that Chelsea signed, you know, what a pass. Well weighted pass. So that's him right there for you guys. The young prospect. Hopefully he can live up to his potential because we all see right there that he do got potential. I'm gonna hope YouTube don't take none of this down, to be quite honest, because it's well worded. As a lot of Chelsea fans don't never really see him and see what he can do, So I try to find every little clips that I can get of him and to bring it for you guys so you guys can see it. He's a very good young player. Great analyst. Thank you, JC. Gallagher is yeah, that's old Gallagher. He's probably not a world class player. He probably won't get there. But do we need a player like that at all times in the team? Most definitely. We most definitely need a player like that in the team, as always, because he brings something different to the table. When you got player like that bring difference to the table, we have to always appreciate it. He's not gonna be the first choice midfielder for us if our midfielders start to click. But we're gonna always need a player like that to come off the bench, especially when playing those big games. And right now, to be honest, our midfield is not really that's solid as yet to me to be without Gallagher in the middle. And our defense line is really, 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 really suspect too, because our defense line is every single game they make one or two mistakes. Some we get away from it, and some cost us. So I think until we find a real balance in our defense line, probably we're gonna have to sell all those defenders, to be quite honest, and get defenders that gonna really, really, really be solid, not only by playing the ball, but by, setting up shops, because you can depend on the midfielders at all times, to try to let to make anything don't reach the defense line. Even that's their job, but sometimes they're gonna go through. And once you go through our midfield, our defenders get caught out too. I don't know why. That's one of our biggest problem. If our midfielder get caught out, the defense line get caught out too. They never recover. Once you breach our midfield, you breach the defense line with ease. And that's something that we're gonna have to really look into and really fix, because we cannot allow that to happen in all the games, and we definitely have to turn the season around. If we don't turn the season around, we're gonna have major problems. So we need to turn the season around, to be quite honest. And by doing that, we're gonna have to get the defense line in order. Because I remember one time when Chelsea was the best defensive team in the world, and right now we're nowhere close to be halfway there. So we definitely have to take the alternative and fix the defense in the second half of the season. We concede too many goals. We cannot keep on conceding goals. We're gonna have to, set up shop. We're gonna have to change something. Either we're gonna change to be a attacking team and get as much points on the board and see at the end of the season, and see out the season, and then we give the players much break that they need, and regroup and come again. But we're gonna have to do something. Something gonna have to give. Something gonna have to take. And we're gonna have to do something because right now we reach a stage where it's not only playing pretty anymore; it's about result. And once you start to get results, you can gradually put the style and everything in play. But right now, we can't afford to finish 12 again. We're gonna have to show some progress this season. We're gonna have to show that we're climbing the table. And each time that the team below us drop points, we attend to drop points too. I don't understand. Every time that the team below us drop points, we drop points too. That's not Chelsea Football Club. Let me turn the light on a little bit. That's not Chelsea Football Club. We can afford to keep on dropping points each and every time that the team below us drop points. We're gonna have to find a way how to get these points on board. It doesn't matter. A win is a win. It doesn't matter if the win is pretty. It doesn't matter if the win is ugly. A win is a win. And that's what we need. We need a win. We need wins because the win counts. The win matters. Draw and lose don't really matter, but the win do because we're gonna have to start to put a gap between us and the rest. And right now, there's a big gap between us and fourth, and a big gap between us. I think we're 6 points to the closest is 7, and I think we're 6 points behind. So we're gonna have to hope that those two teams that are above us lose, or those couple teams above us drop points, and we can't afford for praying for other team failure. That's not Chelsea. Chelsea always take care of business for Chelsea. Why should we wait on and Man U, Brighton, West Ham to drop points for us to pray that we can gain? We have to take care of our business, and then the rest will fall in place. But if we can take care of business, that means that we're not ready. And for us to be ready, you have to take care of business. We have to take care of business. We have to start to beat these teams that are around us and below us. We have to start to take points from these teams. We have to show that we can get results. I understand the team is young, but not only the team is young, the team is inexperienced, as according to a lot of people, because most of these players never played 2 or 3 full seasons. I understand all of that, but that doesn't give an excuse for us not to figure a way out to win. We've been playing through preseason. We've been playing through the season. I've already started. We play 19 games in the season already, plus League Cup already. Plus preseason. We play a good amount of game, at least 25 or 26 games. So it's time for us right now to start pick points up. Win is a win. We need to go at least on a 5-game running streak, lose less streak where we pick up points. Even if you get a job, but at least a 5 or 6 game streak where we're picking up points. Man U wasn't playing the best for the whole entire season. Man U is way ahead of us, about 6 to 7 points ahead of us. Man U haven't been drawing games. They either win or lose. But they're picking up points. Still, we're playing prettier football than them, as according to us. We're playing better than them. Man U is in more turmoil than us. Man U is in a lot of problems. Man U is in this. Man U is in that. But Man U is still ahead of us. West Ham don't got a better squad than us, but West Ham is ahead of us. Brighton been off form the whole entire season, been dropping here and there, but they still ahead of us. What's the problem? We can't figure a way how to get points. We can't figure a way how to climb the table. When players go through this emotion, it become a regular thing. Like if we don't get a way how to get this player out of that mindset, once you start to lose so many times, after a while, you just consume losing. You don't want to consume losing. You want to be a winner. So find a way out to win. If you can't get a win, find a way out to stop the opponent. Because if you don't concede, you can't lose. We have to find a way how to stop concede goals. That's the big thing. We need to find a way. We need to start pick points up. We need to figure each and every way we can do to stop concede and to pick points up. That's our main issue right now. The topic of the day for Chelsea is find a way. We need to find a way. We need to find a way. And that's our biggest problem. We don't find a way, and we need to find a way. Stop creating these counter-attacking goals. When we get our chance, put it away. Raheem Sterling, Nicholas Jackson. Jackson, stop trying to take on players. You're a striker. Your first instinct is to shoot. Your first instinct is to where the goal is, to find the back of the net. It's not to try to dribble past 3 and 4. Leave that for Palmer. Leave that for Nkunku. Leave that for Mudryk. Find a way to put the ball in the back of the net. That's what Chelsea need to do. Need to find a way to put the ball in the back of the net. Thiago Silva, stop trying to go deep into midfield because you don't got the legs to get back. Once you go in there, they always pull you out. Once you go inside of midfield, they always find a space behind you because the rest back there is inexperienced. This is our little problem. The game against Newcastle, that goal, you stepped when Thiago Silva stepped and leave Balashil to run behind. Balashil, he do run behind and caught up with but he still made the mistake. If Balashil was the one that go and leaves Thiago Silva back there, Thiago Silva would have cleaned it up. So those are the little things, mistakes that we've been making. We need to find a way. Let me see if I can get a little bit more whisper and see what's going on before we close the show out. Ooh, that's a pen. Ain't it? Look at that favorite cutting on the left foot. What a pass. There. That touch take him wide. Ooh, that still was a good pass. Even though the touch take him a little bit wide, he's still able to pull it off. I would love to see what he can bring to the team, and because it seems like he's a very, very powerful young man. Like he's very determined, and it seems like he's a good finisher too. So, but he played most of his play for me right now. I'm watching. He mostly be on the right. So it seems like he's a right forward. So that means his left foot is his most favorite foot. So it seems like he loves his left foot. Yes, guys, I thank you guys for watching. This is your boy GFC Garvin. Please, guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Please leave a comment in the comment section if you like this video. Thank you for our guests that come on. We really appreciate each and every guest that come on the show. hopefully one of these days we can do a good giveaway, for all the support. I got a lot of different fans too. I got Liverpool, got Manchester United, name it. I got a lot of support from different fan base. So don't be surprised if I don't do only Chelsea content. Hopefully on the weekends I can do like the Premier League shows, review shows, with all the teams and break down all the games, because I try to watch all the games on the weekend, not only Chelsea. I try to do all the different teams. I watch them, especially Luton. I've been watching them for the last couple of weeks because they've been playing some good thing that I like. They impress me. They're very, very passionate. There's a very passionate team. Hopefully tomorrow they don't come on their A game. Hopefully my team can get a 3 points because I'm a fan. And I would always love to see my team win. So thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like, share, and remember to subscribe. Thank you, JC. Was in the comment section. I really appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go over to Chelsea Mitchell boy, because I know he's probably still on live, and probably go over there a little bit and watch a little bit of his stream, because it's still early in my time. I think it's just five, almost 6 o'clock on my time. So thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to your boy GSC Garvan. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening, and hope you guys have a happy new year when it comes. If we don't get, hopefully I can do a stream tomorrow and Sunday. And thank you guys. I'm out. Your boy GSC Garvan. Peace.